Hi guys, it's like 3 a.m. and I have some stories to tell you. In the past 24 hours, my life's just been on a roll. Like, I woke up and I had promised to go to some person's sort of church service that I was sort of recruited to, and I was very open to it. Like, I was like, I want to see what it's like. I've had some experiences with spirituality and religion in the past, so I was like, I'll go. Me being the out of my generosity, I'll actually attend something that I've never done before. So I went to the church. First thing, I was like railroaded right to the front. I was like pushed right to the front of their service, which is fine, a little bit scary, but fine. Everyone there was like part of the inner group, and they were all very enthusiastic in the music, and I enjoyed the music. The music was nice. Also just singing about God and Jesus and God and Jesus. I picked up some of the music quite well because I do have a knack for that. I was picking up some of like the dance moves. It was good. I was like, okay, this is fine. And then there was quite a lot of preaching and stuff. I mean, what do you expect? You're in a church situation, but it kept on going and going, and I was like, fine, whatever. A few more singing bits, a few more like songs, and then it becomes, and then you go into the sermon. Now, this is my first ever, I guess, I don't really know what sermons are, but I guess this was my first sermon. But this guy was up there, and they were talking about people straying away from Christianity and how it's the wrong thing. If I was a person, I was so scared. And yeah, so there was a lot of that, so much repetition. It kind of scared me. Like a lot of repeated things about Christ and like how sinners get punished, and how the window to heaven is like really, really small, and you need to do these things and put your seriousness in it before it's too late. And a lot of fear mongering. I mean, the Christians wouldn't agree, well, the people there wouldn't agree with that, but it felt very like fear mongery. Like, I was like, okay, well, I don't personally agree with this. My morale dropped from there. I was like, I feel very in a room of people where our mindsets are completely different. Fine, do the sermon, we go. The sermon went on for like ages. Same messaging. Everyone in the in group were, agreeing, repeating, so much repetition. I've never had so much repetition in my ears in my life. Like, never. Like, it was repetition after repetition, and that's like the ground. That's literally the ground for brainwashing. So anyway, after that, I was like, okay, fine. That's their sermon. It's a bit harsh, especially when there's a lot of newcomers there. Like, you're just being like slandered for being sort of a-religious or tentative about the faith, which, I've never had a religious upbringing. I've never had any of that. So coming into this, it's like, you don't understand that I know nothing about this stuff. Like, I was just curious, and I've had some experiences in the past that made me curious, and that's fine. That should be fine. But and then there's this one ritual where they pull everyone to the front to get salvation, and they're like, oh, put your hand up if you have considered salvation or becoming a Christian. I mean, I kind of like tentatively put my hand up. I did feel kind of pressured to, because like other people were, and like, I don't know. So I did. I like half put my hand up, and then they're like, everyone who put their hand up, come to the front and receive a blessing. I'm like, I don't really want to receive a blessing, but but you're surrounded by everyone with the same mindset, so you feel pressured to. But I didn't. I told the people on the side that I didn't want to do it, so they respected that at the time. Couldn't really do anything about that. But after that, I was like, well, that's a bit funny, but whatever. So then they did some more music, and the music was fine. My morale was a little bit like, I'm not so into it now, but it's fun. But everyone in the in-group is like so enthusiastic, like crazy enthusiastic. I've never seen like such reactions, or it seemed like, it didn't seem very forced. Maybe it wasn't forced, like part genuine, part like put on, like very enthusiastic, like scary enthusiastic. And I was just sort of like, what am I in? But it's fine. Okay, whatever. A bit weird. I probably won't come back, but okay, fine. Then, after some more singing, eventually and finally, after so much preaching and sermons and blah 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 blah, the church kind of reaches its end. And they're like, everyone who's here for the first time, please go to the back. So I went to the back room, like on the little side. Well, actually, I didn't at first. I refused to go because I was like, I kind of guessed they're just gonna try and push you into the religion or whatever sort of church thing that they do, and I was like, I'm not really going to do that, so I decided not to. But then I think they noticed this, and the girl that I met from where I learned about this event comes up to me, and she's like, oh, you should come with me, we're at the back. So I eventually kind of get railroaded into going into the back room, and in this back room they have like all these snacks on this table, and I was like, it's nice, whatever, but I kind of know where we're going with this, and the girl starts speaking about becoming a born-again Christian and like going back into Christianity, and asking why we were like, if we come back. And I said no, I feel kind of pressured and I don't think I'll come back. And then they just kept asking me why, and I was like, I just don't feel it, like it's not for me, like it's kind of pressures them. And they just kind of said, well, you should think about it, blah blah blah, like there was no sort of mutual respect that I didn't really want to come back. It's fine, but it is what it is. Anyway, so I eventually, like, everyone else leaves the room. I don't know what they said, but it's me, and I'm surrounded by these 5 girls from the service, and they're all like asking me why don't want to come back, and I'm just like, fuck it up, I'm so overwhelmed here. Anyway, so I end up you should go up and meet the guy, because there was another guy who told me about this service or whatever, so they take me back to him, and he's like, so what's going on, why are you not? He's like, how did it go? And I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to come back. I don't think I'm going to come back. I don't really feel like coming back. And then I could sort of get the same, like, why, like, what's going on? And then I can, like, then he kind of struggles, and then he gets this other girl to come up to me, and she's like, oh, I wanted to introduce you to her. So I ended up talking to her as well, and sort of she just kind of says the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, this is the most cultish. This seems a bit like a cult. It took a lot to process, because I was definitely in a mindset where I was open to it, but all this railroading on me, like, just put me off, and I'm like, I don't want to be back. Anyway, so after that, the other guy comes back to me, the one that I first met, who told me about the service. And then we leave, I get my bag, and then he's like chatting to me like, blah blah blah, you should really think about this, like, and he's like, oh, you really need to think about the teachings today, the the is it about backsliding, like getting straying away from God and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, it's just not, like, I just feel so, it's just not for me, and I feel overwhelmed, and like, you know, so yeah, that's sort of where it ends. And then he's sort of like, oh, so like you're studying blah blah blah, and like, because obviously he's like showing a lot of interest, and I'm like, you know, it's nice to show interest in people's lives, and it's nice to like really, because you rarely get that from people. Like, they're very open in their interests, and they really are actively, but it's not genuine. It's forced. It's a forced thing to try and get people to like you, get people into your religion, and it's fine, but it's not fine. It's not fine. Like, they're like, oh, you know, but we're so nice and blah blah blah. And there was a part where I basically just said, you know, I feel pressured, and they said, we're not trying to pressure you. And I'm like, well, yeah, I really can't believe that they're just doing that. Like, that's so funny. Anyway, so after the service, I'm a bit traumatized, and I can't really think straight. I'm not traumatized, but it's a lot to take in. Like, there's so many people around you, and like trying to get you to join in their thing. And like, I've had individual thoughts about spirituality and God and things, and like all that blah blah blah, and like I thought about things like that because of experiences in my life, but the way that this experience felt to me was just precious and overboard, like just everything under the sun. And it's like the people in there, either they don't see it, or I don't know, it's strange to me. It's like they're all part of this network that they can't leave because they've just bound themselves to it. Like, and that's like, I don't want that. That's scary. You know, I don't want to be isolated from everyone in the world. If I believed in Christianity, I believe we're all God's children. Like, you know, it shouldn't be about these select groups. It shouldn't be about the inner group. And like, apparently so I did some research, and yeah, everyone basically says it's a cult. So like, it's like alluding to a cult, which I kind of stand by, unfortunately. But it kind of makes me want to go to a normal church now, like a Catholic church or something. Because, like, you know, if I had a better experience that, you know, and they're not pressuring me into doing anything, then I might actually come back more. I might actually read a Bible. not like I would, I don't know. I just never felt that part of me would ever exist. But that pressure is just weird. But yeah, and I'd rather do whatever religion that I have in myself in my own time. Like, that's just how I feel. And you can say I'm going to hell, but I don't really give a fuck what you think. If that's what's going to happen to me, then perhaps that was God's plan for me as well. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But any other news? I just almost got murdered, I think. Well, not really. I'm just going to say that for dramatic effect. But, so, you know, I was in the dating apps and stuff. And, you know, I was looking, there's a nice guy. And he's messaged me many times before. And it's like, fine. Like, I was like, okay, well, I might as well meet. It's quite late, but, you know, I'll make the trip. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I do it. So I take quite a while, like, because I was like, fuck, I have to get up and go and blah blah blah. So I get to the place, and he's like, this man comes out that looks nothing like the guy from the photo. He comes out, he's like, it's like, what are you doing on the street? You look 30. I only like guys who are young. And first of all, he looks nothing like the photo. He's like, on his profile, it's around my age. He looks 35. He looks like 35, 40 age. And like, fine, okay, whatever. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, fine, fucking hell, I'll leave. And then he messaged me, and first of all, I thought maybe I made a mistake and I bumped into the wrong person. Fine, whatever, I don't care. And then this person messages me, and he's like, when are you coming? I was like, well, I thought that was you. So I messaged him again, and then I said, oh, I'm waiting by the bus stop, I'm going home, I'm fucking done, let's get to sleep. And he's like, oh, no, yeah, I'll come. So I assume it's a different person. Maybe I just bumped into the wrong person somehow. But that's exactly what I thought. And then he comes out, like, it took forever. He says, like, oh yeah, I'll be there in 2 minutes. He took like 8 minutes. And I'm just waiting by the bus stop, waiting for the bus anyway, because I'm like, well, if the bus comes before, I'm going home. If he comes before, I might consider just staying. But so I'm waiting at this bus. Eventually he comes, and it's the same fucking guy. What? Why is the same fucking guy coming to me? Anyway, so then he's like, oh yeah, let's, do you like me? Yeah, you wanna go fuck in the woods? You come with me, come to my room. And he's like, something about it is so coercive and like weird. And I was just like done at this point. And I was like, first of all, you're a catfish. Second of all, you're not 20. And third of all, I'm fucking off. Bus comes, I leave. I'm done. I ended up paying for the bus because I got in a panic and thought he stole my bus pass. But I actually didn't have my bus pass, so I thought maybe he was trying to steal my card or something, but no, but I thought I was going to get murdered. Like, I literally told him to his face, I don't want to go to the woods with you, you're going to kill me. So then I left. Yeah, so that was my last 24 hours, pretty much. What else did I do? Hang out with my flatmates. We were like standing by a balcony and we were like heckling people. It was really fun. Like, well, not heckling, but we were like shouting at people. It was really, really fun. I keep repeating myself. We had this like weird thrill to just like spit on the ground. I mean, that sounds really disgusting, but we did it obviously when no one was around. But like we just had that like weird thrill because like it just comes all the way and like we were really high up. So that's what we did. And then we talked to some people walking past from the top, and I tried to offer one of them a bounty, but my friend didn't get the bounty for him, so we never actually did it because we didn't want to like give someone a bounty. Anyway, it was great. It was a great time, great night, great day, great 24 hours. I live a great life, and that's a wrap.